Hello, everyone. I'm Larry Ridley. Welcome to the NFL on EA Sports. For this
Wilson Beckham alone to the left side. They'll come out throwing here on first down. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield across the 45. It's a gain of 14 there. And it's good for a New York first down.
As if he didn't have enough to think about on that route, the comeback route, coming back to the football and catching it, decided to make sure he toe-tapped and kept himself in bounds.
And that was spectacular, but on the comeback route, maybe a little easier to deal with the sideline since you've got better vision of it?
I think that's a great point because you should know exactly where you're going and know how much space you have and make sure you get your feet down. But, yeah, coming back to the football, I like it. Good vision.
Let's go.
They'll set up a throw. He's got time in the pocket. And it's complete. The tight end, Deion Sims. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a first down.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him.
Watch it now, Barney. All right, here we go. Boom, landed. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Here we go. Leopard.
Now they'll run with Lewis. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. 2 yards on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
No. Check. Patriot. Over.
Back to throw here. Caught left side. It's Beckham. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. And the next snap coming inside the red zone here.
All right, here we go. Green 39. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They're going to look to throw. He's got time. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line.
On any first and goal, the real estate to work with for the offense is really cut down, and the defense knows it. So they often bring heat and pressure, which they did on this play. Got him down for a loss. Not a big one, but any loss of yardage in this position is tough for an offense.
All right, here we go. Green 39. Gone.
Now back to throw. Finding time. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Odell Beckham from 10 yards out. And the Giants are going to take a first quarter lead. As a former DB... The Giants offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that, they had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
And as a first-rounder, a lot of eyes on him, a lot of expectations.
And he has to play well in his rookie year. Those days of coddling guys and bringing them along slowly, those days are long gone. When you're drafted in the first round, they expect you to play right away, and the community's out.
Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and it's the Giants with a football here as we begin quarter number 2. They've got a second down at 5 here to start things out.
Now let's go. Boom.
the shotgun. He'll look to throw. To Shepard, complete over the middle. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Let's go deep.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Surveying the field. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. It's a gain of 7, and they're going to have a 3rd down.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and, of course, foot dragging.
A little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
All right, now look at 56. Look.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And he's got Miller. And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the 1st down. And that's what he just did.
They'll look to throw here. And this is taken in at the 5. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Odell Beckham. The Giants offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now, defensively, you've almost got to get down to those starters blocks like you're a sprinter. Get lower than those guys on offense and find a way to roar through them or around them to get into the face of the passer.
Easier said than done, though.
Way easier said than done. But they've got to try something because right now they're just cutting them to shreds.
Detroit!
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
So a 3rd and 10, and defensively a dime look, 6 DBs. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he comes back with one complete. And he will have 1st down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play. But what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker. It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or two in and bats it away.
No. Check. Patriot. Hurry up. Here we go.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. On the right side, this is Miller. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards. So on that play, defense was in the zone. They ran a crossing route offensively, but the defense there, you got to be good with communication, don't you?
You certainly do, and it's not something that is really evident when you watch it on the screen. But everyone's talking, communicating, pointing, and it keeps you from chasing receivers because you have a specific zone you have to cover. When a receiver's in your zone and he crosses to another one, you got to let your guy know. They got a completion there, but I like the discipline they show to stay in their proper areas and then make the tackle.
And here comes play number 6 on this drive. They'll come out in the pistol. This is Lewis. And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave him with 3rd and still 7 yards to go.
Well, I think we know by now that every run is not going to be broken and get all the way to the end zone. But these short ones still have their value. You can still set up your play action and throw the football. You control the clock because you have the ball and they don't. And often the physicality sets the tempo for the game.
So now it's 3rd and 7, and defensively, it's a dime look. 6 DBs. They'll set up a throw. He finds Beckham complete. 8 yards there on a 1st down.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful you're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield. Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
It's a quarterback sneak. Only a yard of the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And a really long drive here, and it goes on and on. And the Redskins have an extra man in the secondary here on 3rd.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now this time he'll look to throw. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. And New York set to take the field. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively.
Everything looked right on that play except the conclusion. He dropped it, an in route, going into a little bit of traffic. Maybe in the back of his mind, he was wondering where the hit was going to come from.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
That's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we talk about finding the soft spot. Defensively, how do you make sure they don't find the soft spot like they did there?
Tough to do, because what they normally will do is run routes that'll pull you out of that spot they want to get into. That's what we call not taking the cheese, right? Don't go for the mousetrap. But it's hard to do because when you see a guy cutting that in that direction, you tend to go towards him. And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Chris Baker in there to sack him for a loss of 6. Boy, he came in off the edge so quickly there.
Look out, because that's exactly what it was being shouted by the offensive lineman to his quarterback, because he had no chance to block him.
They'll send Beckham alone to the left side. He'll look to throw. Over the middle to Beckham. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. And you probably talked about this training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. There's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away. And he's got his man in stride, complete. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
And when an offense is doing a nice job selling the play-action pass, a lot of responsibility shifts to the linebackers. They're the ones that have to determine run or pass and get to the proper places on the field.
Here we go. Green, 39.
Now Lewis. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he's going to be brought down at about the 33-yard line. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. And third quarter here, you've got the lead. This is where that strong run game can really benefit you. Stayed in bounds there, kept the clock going.
I like all the points you just made there. And if you throw the football and it's incomplete, now you stop the clock, and you've helped out the guys on the other side of the ball. So keep it in the hands of those runners. Keep moving it. Keep grinding clock.
Now back to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off by DJ Swearinger. First. Here's the Giant offense now as they get ready to take over here. Looked like they had something going last drive. Then the interception happened. Will they recover?
The memory they need to keep with them is that they did have something going. They were moving the ball on offense, had a nice sequence going. Don't worry about the other part. You can't get that back. Let's go back to what you were doing well before.
I thought you were going to say they need to have no memory, but remember the good part, forget the bad.
I like that even better.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. That is incomplete. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, third quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot. They have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
Third down, he'll drop to throw. And incomplete on the deep ball. They were trying to get it there to Sterling Shepard, and it's 4th down.
So the defense forces a 3-and-out, but they got some help along the way. They threw it on first down, and when they were unsuccessful, it became 2nd and long. Didn't get it again on a...
New York set to take the field. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone. When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. To Shepard, complete over the middle. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down.
So much of this game is focus and concentration. And whenever I see guys running the in route, I know that in the back of their mind, they're always wondering who's lurking inside that might put a big hit on them as they try and catch the ball.
Off the toss, Lewis. And not much room to operate as he'll get this up only to about the 41. Only a yard on the pickup there, so it leaves them needing a conversion here on 3rd and a tough 9. And in this situation with the lead fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
They'll drop to throw. He's got time in the pocket. And that is, I think he caught it. He did, but they'll say out of bounds. It'll be... New York set to take the field. They got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The
leverage.
Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. Out of the gun. They'll look to throw. And not only did he drop it, he dropped it in the end zone.
After all the preparation, all the practice, a play like that will absolutely break your heart. They had everything they wanted, just unable to complete it in the end zone. A big-time drop.
So 3rd and 7 and an extra defensive back on the field here.
Definitely want to play coverage here.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And he's unable to haul it in. So it falls incomplete over the middle third of the field. And that brings up 4th. New York set to take the field. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
On play action, they'll throw. He's got time, and he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. It's an 8-yard pickup, and that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And the 3rd down pass falls incomplete.
Partner, a lot of people think the tight end's a safety valve position, but I think in situations like this, he's often a primary receiver, and they missed an opportunity there.
Yeah, missed an opportunity indeed to pick up the 1st. And here comes the Giants offense back out onto the field. Getting down to the end here, they have a 2-score lead. Barely, but it's a 2-score lead, so that probably makes you as a coach feel a lot more comfortable right now, doesn't it, Charles?
It does, but...
And now we're going to get a timeout called by the Redskin defense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. That one looks like he'll throw here. Completion left side to Miller. The Redskins looking for another timeout, and they get it. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. So the defense had a chance to catch their breath, and now they're back out and ready. We've got a 3rd and 11.
No. Check. Patriot. Here we go now. Detroit. Detroit.
midfield stripe. They'll look to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. That'll be their third and final stoppage here as we step aside.
Here we go now. 3-19. Black 99 Philly. Here we go. Watch him now, Barney.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Letting one go deep for the end zone. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the all-pro corner, Josh Norman. Well, they're not making it easy on. And partner, this first week.
All right. Get moving, men. I don't want to see anyone walking around. Winners do not walk.
All right, here we go.
Let's see some hustle.
319. 319. Hot. Now let's go. 319. 319. Hot. Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39. Hot. Now let's go. 319. 319. Hot. Now let's go. 319. 319. Hot.
Men, you're going to like what you see in the film room this afternoon because today was a great practice.
Hello, everybody.
Crosby on now to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Give it to him right up the gut. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Here we go now. Good.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A nice pickup there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
They'll look to throw here on first down. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Unable to connect on the first down pass play. Now it's second down. He'll look to throw. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Back to throw now on first down. And nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but it does get away and it's second down. So a look here at the key inactives, and we got this list before the game down on the field. They tell us the same thing every time, don't they? Next man up.
No excuses. Be ready to play. That's the mantra of every organization. The key is having guys on the roster who are capable of filling in and playing at a high level. That's when you know you've drafted well, scouted free agents well, and stocked your team just the way you're supposed to.
It looks like the Packers have added an extra DB on third down. They're going to look to throw. He's got Cruz complete. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41.
All right, let's just go ahead and walk through this one pretty easily, right? Blast off the line of scrimmage, get downfield to a certain point, usually around 8 to 10 yards, turn around and make sure the quarterback sees your numbers.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up second. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you. And you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and...
Under pressure, and they got to him again. A.J. Hawk in there to drop him, and sacks on first and second downs are going to lead to a third and long. Now this will be the 9th play on this drive. So it's third and long, and defensively not a real surprise. They're in the dime. They'll look to throw. Finding time. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. A big 30-yard play on third.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
And they'll run it here. And he stopped immediately there. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll take us to the end of the first quarter. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and it's the Giants with a football here as we begin quarter number 2. They've got a 2nd and 9 to start things out.
Detroit! Green 39! Green 39! Hurry up, here we go! Green 39! Green 39! Here we go!
They'll drop to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 18 yards there, and it'll be a first and goal.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen, because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside, and this is what we saw there. A nice pickup for a first down.
That's complete right around the 8. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Their big tight end, his first touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. And the Giants ready to come out now. And they're going to need another score. Got one last time, but still down here.
When you're playing catch-up, every possession becomes crucial, doesn't it? It's vital. Get back out on the field, punch it in the end zone again. They know it's not easy, but what they do have going for them, they did score the last time. They think they've got a good formula working.
And what about the defense?
Well, now you're just saying to yourself, okay, we gave up a score last time. What adjustments do we need to make to slow them down now and get the ball back for our own offense? Is it more pressure? Is it more zone? What do they have to do? They're trying to figure that out themselves.
We'll see if they can figure that out right here.
And there's a good opportunity to just went awry there. A drop pass. I guess that's why they call them running backs and not catching backs.
A nickel back added defensively as they look to stop this 3rd and 8. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. This one taken from the 7. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. And New York set to take the field. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try.
Packer pressure, and down he goes. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down. I don't care if you're taking it in round 1, you're undrafted, whatever. As a rookie quarterback in this league, you're going to have games where you face adversity like this.
Lessons. All the time you're going to face these lessons. The key for this guy is, will he be able to bounce back in the next one? Because right now, this has not been his game.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Larry Donnell the target, and he's got it. And now a timeout coming from the defensive side for the Packers. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Third down now following the completed pass. They'll set up to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he will have 1st down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. And quickly they get to the line. They go play action here on 1st down. Surveying the field. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. It's a gain of 9 yards. And it'll be 2nd and about a yard. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. They come out here in the eye. He'll drop to throw. Deep drop. All kinds of time. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Even in today's NFL, when we think of the tight end position now as really a glorified wide receiver, we're still asking a lot of those guys. They have to block as well, and every now and then, they don't come down with the football.
And I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And New York set to take the field. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the 2nd half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there.
But this is going to do that?
I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive, and we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the 2nd half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. And this is caught on the sideline. But no, they'll say out of bounds. He caught it but was not in bounds. Incomplete.
That was a nice catch, but unable to stay in bounds. And remember, it wasn't a wide receiver who works on that all the time.
I was going to say, he likes to get the ball handed to him. Now, don't get me wrong. He's part of the passing game as well, but maybe a little out of his comfort zone there.
Yeah, he might want to have a few words to say to us about that later, but I am still going with you on that one. Wide receivers work on a little bit more. That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Second down now after the pass completion.
Here we go now.
Back to throw again. Backing up. Looking downfield, and that's caught right side. He's got his man. Touchdown, Giants. Their dangerous wide receiver. His third touchdown now on the year. And the Giants have got it back to a one-score game. Good pass, clean catch. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. Shreds the tackle. And now out come the Giants. Last time they were out, they scored. Still trailing here, though, so some work to do.
But it's okay in terms of mindset. Because they scored the last time, they're not quite as worried about being down on the scoreboard because now their confidence is a little bit higher. They feel like they got something going, and they feel like they can attack again and put more points on the board.
Are you scoreboard watching if you're the offense, or are you just focused on this drive?
We wouldn't be telling the truth if we said that they didn't scoreboard watch. Everyone does it to some extent, but you've got to set it aside right now and just focus on this series. That'll take care of the scoreboard if they punch it into the end zone.
Now the offense lining up 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. A great play there. Hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Giants able to get this back within a touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And New York set to take the field. And they're hoping to capture some of that magic they had last time out when they were able to put together a scoring drive. But they're still down here, Charles.
Not the major concern, though, because of what you talked about. They scored the last time out. They feel good about themselves. They feel like their game plan is now in effect. They know how to attack and what plays they want to put together. But they've got to keep it moving in the right direction because, as you did note, they are down on the scoreboard. All right, I'm going to show my age here a little bit. We used to talk about running backs catching the ball as safety valves. Nowadays, they're a big part of the passing offense.
Quit acting like you're so old. You're only 65. 12 yards on the pickup, and it'll give the Giants a first down. So with a yardage on that completion, he's now right at exactly 300 yards on the game.
And isn't that the magic number you get? All right, 300. That means it's going to go on a commemorative football to put on your mantle when they give you the game ball if your team wins. So much confidence flowing through them right now, throwing the football. I think it's permeated itself throughout the entire team. They feel good about what they're doing.
Tackle there by Clay Matthews. They tried to run it to the short side of the field. There just wasn't a whole lot of room to work with.
Yeah, it seems like things just kept getting strung out towards the sideline, and he kept looking for a spot to dive up into the gap. There just wasn't one, so that turned into nowhere to run, nowhere to hide.
And no gain. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. Touchdown, Giants! A great effort there with touchdown number 2 in the game and now 11 on the year. And the Giants have got it back to... Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. This will be fielded at the 6. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. And New York set to take the field. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in.
And on this challenge, the refs have to take a peek and see whether or not the receiver was able to dot the I with both feet.
While making sure that he possesses the football all the way through the catch. The head coach relied on his eagle eye in the sky to make the right call and was told to challenge it, and it looks like it's paid off.
And from a coach's standpoint, when you throw that flag, it's probably a pretty tense moment. Here it pays off.
Yeah, you have that little bit of indecision. You throw it where you feel like you're right, and then you think, uh-oh, did I get it right? In this case, they can celebrate.
And they're going to speed things up here. They'll look to throw here on first down. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. Second down here after the incomplete pass. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
And that incompletion was caused by the defense. I think they were trying to get one into the middle of the field, trying to find a receiver there. But they were in zone defense. And what are the advantages of being in zone? Eyes and reaction. Eyes meaning all eyes are on the quarterback and able to react when he throws the football and rally to that spot. And that's exactly what happened there. Able to get there and knock it away.
The 21 yards there as they convert on third. And the offense moving quickly to the line. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete here.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball, and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. He'll try again with the arm here on second down. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and that'll make it 3rd and 1. This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. Looking to throw. He finds Beckham complete. The 6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves him with a 1st and goal. Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defensive side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little...
Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out, and he is in. Touchdown, Giants. Odell Beckham, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the G-men have taken the lead here in the 4th. Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion.
Here we go now.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he will not get there. He comes up short. And they're unable to push this. Here's Brandon Fields now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. And New York set to take the field. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
It takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. A little bit of ground to make up for the offense as they face a 2nd and 11. He'll look to throw. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Everything about that play tells you about today's NFL offenses and what they're asking out of running backs. You can't just be a guy who can run the football. You have to be able to catch it as well, and he didn't get that done on that play. 3rd and 11, 5 in the secondary now.
Nickel look. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. And they'll go on the ground. And he'll get this up to about the 40. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. The 4th quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out. So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays. But I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
Pushing forward for 3 up to the 48. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this.
Here we go. 3-19.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. And now a timeout coming from the defensive side for the Packers. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. The defense, they got a little bit of a breather. Now they're back and set as we resume play. That one looks like he'll throw here. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And now the Packers going to take another timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. So a defensive timeout, chance to regather, regroup, and get set as we resume action.
Let's go.
They'll drop to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. Now hang on here. Timeout called by the defense. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
So many offense want to include their running backs into their passing offense and be able to swing the ball out or check it down to them. But sometimes those guys are just not as comfortable catching the ball as they are running it.
And 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw again. And that's going to be incomplete. Well, just play after play after play on this long drive for the offense.
Here we go. Green, 39.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And that's incomplete. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. This one taken from the 7. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Here's the Giant offense now making their way back out onto the field. They only need a field goal. Obviously, the clock a huge factor. They'll be watching that. What do they need to do here, Charles?
Your sequence of plays has to get you out of bounds. Completions, get out of bounds, gain some...
Now, whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. They'll look to throw. And he can't hang on to it. That would have sealed it. Instead, second down. He's lucky to be getting that one back.
After what they've done with him all day long with all the targets trying to go after him, he's obviously gotten smart, and his pride has kicked in. Made a terrific play.
Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. That'll leave him with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. So the offense has it 1st and 10. He's back to throw. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
On any passes in the middle of the field, anyone who's going after the football is going to be conscious that it's probably going to be contested and often physically. Sometimes that leads to drops.
He'll look to throw. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
Back to throw. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
It looked like they had something there, but I think that he was thinking about running with the football before he actually hauled it in, and that led to a big drop.
All right, here we go. Green.
Back to throw. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining. Nothing between these two teams for 4 quarters. Here we go to begin overtime. This is taken at his 4. Oh, up and over. New York set to take the field. Set for their first drive here in overtime. And this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team. And that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far. 10 yards on the pickup there. And it'll be first down, Giants. And now they're in the hurry-up.
All right, here we go. 3-19.
Back to throw now on first down. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Lucky 56. Lucky 56. Here we go now. Green, 39.
They'll look to throw now on first down. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. It's a pickup of 14 there. And it's first down, New York. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. On first down, he'll drop to throw. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he is in for the score. And it is absolute stunned silence here as they win it on the road in overtime. As the fans exit back out through the turnstiles, not happy looks on their faces. Feel like they probably let this one slip away at home in overtime.
I would agree with that, and their unhappiness hurts the guys at the concession stands on the way out, right? Not stopping to buy.
All right, man. Every day is an opportunity to get better. We got to get better today. What I want to know is who's excited.
Blue 90! Set! Blue 90! Blue 90! Set! Green 39! Green 39! All right, here we go. Blue 90! All right, here we go. Green! Set! Green 39! Now let's go! Green 39! Now let's go! Green 19! Here we go now! Green 19! Hurry up, here we go! Green 39! Set! Green 39! Green 39! Black 99 Philly, here we go! Hurry up, here we go! Green 39!
Hey, man, that was great. I mean, you had a great day today.